Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Akmal Hisham. Today I want to present about what are SME and why SMEs matter. First of all, SME is a business. It's defined as small and medium enterprise based on either its annual sales turnover or the number of full-time employees, depending on which creation is lower. This means both revenue and workforce are used to determine if a business is an SME. However, the lower of the two is taken as the final classification. Next, SME are independently owned business with limited resources. SME are not subsidiaries of large companies, usually managed by owners or family members. They operate with limited capital, smaller teams, and local market reach. Next, classified into micro, small, and medium. SME combination categorize businesses as micro, small, and medium. Criteria difference between manufacturing and services or other sector. Next, criteria vary by country and industry. Different countries use different definitions. Some also adjust the definition by industry type, like retail against manufacturing. Like retails and manufacturing. Retails manufacturing operate across all economic sectors. SME are not limited to one sector. They exist in retail, agriculture, tourism, logistics, healthcare, education, etc. They contribute to GDP, job creation, and local development in both urban and rural areas. Okay, next, why SME? First, job creation. SME create job opportunities in the local community, especially for those who may not qualify for corporate jobs. Next, niche products and service. SME cater to specialized or underserved market with unique product. Next, encourage entrepreneurship. SME provide a starting point for young entrepreneurship to develop business skill. Lastly, reducing income inequality. SME help empower individuals and lift families out of poverty. Okay, next is characteristic of SME. Characteristic of SME is divided by two, which is manufacturing and services and other sector. There is three types of enterprise, which is micro enterprise, small enterprise, and medium enterprise. For manufacturing, micro enterprise is when the sales turnover is below than RM 300,000 or their employees is below than 5%. Next, small enterprise is when the sales turnover is below than 15 million or their employees is between 5 to 75%. Then, medium enterprise is when the sales turnover is below than RM 50 million or their employees is between 75 to 200%. For services and other sector, the micro enterprises is when the sales turnover is below than RM 300,000 or their employees is below than 5%. Small enterprise is when the sales turnover is below than RM 3 million or their employees is between 5 to 3%, 5 to 30%. Medium enterprise is when the sales turnover is below than RM 20 million or their employees is between 30 to 75%. Okay, next, what is retail and services industry under SME? Retail industry SME. These are small or medium-sized business that buy goods in bulk and sell them in smaller quantities to consumer. Key characteristic, deal with physical product, often operate in physical store, kiosk, or online platform, customer-facing located near end user also. For example, like mini market, clothing boutique, pharmacies, online shop like Shopee and Lazada. Okay, next, services industry SME. This SME provide intangible product that is services rather than physical goods. Key characteristic for services industry is offer skills, expertise, or experience. Then often depend on human labor and interaction, can be professional, personal, or business services. For example, like salon, barbershop, tuition or daycare center, repair service, like repairing phone, repairing aircon, and accounting or legal firms. Next part is I want to talk about vision and mission of SME. Vision and mission of SME. SME vision is the premier organization for the development of progressive MSME to enhance wealth creation and social well-being of the nation. Other that, SME mission is to promote the development of competitive, innovative, and resilient MSME through effective coordination and provision of business support.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Nurhari Akasha bin Muhammad Sawal. So here will elaborate about roles of retail and service in SMEs. So here we have 3 points, which is entrepreneurship and innovation for the first, second, economic contribution, and at last, diverse business activities. So here we have entrepreneurship and innovation. SMEs promote entrepreneurship and innovation. It can help them to flexible and adapt quickly to market changes. Lastly, it can often lead to the new product, processes, and business model. So here, service, retail and service industry, they have made many innovation, like they have made a new platform to sell anything their product, many product of them, such as they sell their product in TikTok that usually people use. Okay, next we have economic contribution. SMEs can provide many jobs to fresh graduates from many university. And then they also can support the country's income, which is gross domestic product, GDP. So here SMEs are among the largest employers in most economies, including Malaysia. Because they exist across various sectors, from retail and manufacturing to food, service, and IT. They create a wide range of jobs for different skill level. This includes opportunities for fresh graduate, skilled workers, or unskilled labor. In Malaysia, SMEs employ from 7.6 million people, making up more than 47% of total employment in the country. This help reduce unemployment and support household income. Okay, for the last point, we have diverse business activities. So SMEs can be found in almost every industry, including retail and wholesale, which is they selling goods in online or in physical stores. For the service, such as beauty salons, cleaning service, marketing agencies, or even education. Other than that, agriculture, like involving small scale of farming, livestock, and also agro-based product. Because SMEs can function in many industry or sectors, they help. They can also help to ensure that all parts of the economy remains active and productive. For the second point, SMEs can support different part of the economy. They act as service provider, for example, like maintenance, consulting, designs. They meet local community needs by providing daily goods and service. They help build value chains across industry, for example, like a food SMEs may source packaging from a local manufacturer and use a local marketing agency. This wide involvement means SMEs help support both domestic consumptions and export industries, contributing like to a more balanced and resilient economy.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. I'm Nur Akilata Natasha binti Muhammad Nazri from MAC 22020. Securing bank credit is often one of the biggest challenges for small and medium enterprise, especially those in the retail and service industry. On this slide, we highlight 6 difficulties they may face. The first one is lack of collateral. One of the most common barriers is the lack of collateral. Banks typically require fixed assets like land, buildings, or machinery as a security before approving a loan. However, many SMEs, especially in the retail and service industry, operate on small premises or rented spaces and may not own such assets. Without collateral, banks consider the loan high risk and are more likely to reject the application. Now let's move to the next one. The second one is inconsistent in cash flow. Retailers and service providers often experience fluctuating income. For example, businesses like tourism operators, cafes, or clothing stores may earn more during festive or holiday seasons but struggle in off-peak periods. Additionally, many of these businesses rely on cash-based transactions, which are harder to track and prove. This inconsistent income makes banks question the business ability to repay the loan regularly. The third one is insufficient documentation. Another major challenge is incomplete or poor documentation. To process a loan, banks need a proper financial record, such as tax returns, audited financial statements, and cash flow reports. Many SMEs, especially retail and service industry, lack of proper bookkeeping or fail to keep updated records. This not only delays the application process, but can also cause rejection if the bank sees it as a sign of poor financial management. The fourth one is low credit score. SMEs often do not have a strong credit history or any previous borrowing experience. Some may have delayed payments to suppliers or utility companies, which negatively affects their credit score. Banks use this score to evaluate risk, and a low credit score means lower trust, reducing the chances of approval. The last one is instability of economic condition. Economic uncertainty like inflation, rising interest rates, or supply chain disruption can reduce the profitability of SMEs. When the economy is unstable, even a well-run business can see a drop in income. Banks, being a risk-averse, may avoid lending during this time or to businesses in vulnerable sectors like retail and service industry. In conclusion, SMEs in the retail and service industries struggle with multiple issues when applying for bank loans, from not having enough assets to secure the bank loan, to inconsistent income, poor record keepings, low credit score, and even being affected by broader economic challenges. Understanding this obstacle is important not only for the SMEs to improve their credit worthiness, but also for the policymakers and financial institutions to create more inclusive financing opportunities. That's all from me.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Amirul Fahmi bin Muhammad Syafiq Izwan. Now, let's move on to the recommendation about SME. First of all, we must to comply with SME definition. Why it is matter? Being officially recognized as an SME give you business access to various government benefits such as grant and financial aid, tax incentive and exemption, training and capacity. How to comply? For service and retail sector, for micro, sale is less than 300,000 ringgit or less than 5 employee. For small, sale is 300,000 ringgit until 3 million or your employees 5 until 30 employees. For medium, your sale is 3 million until 20 million or your employees 30 until less than 70 employees. Okay, now let's talk about my second point. Operational efficiency. What is matter? Efficient operation help reduce cost, improve customer satisfaction and save time. Practical step, use POS system like Store Hub or QR code payment to track sale and stock. Second, create SOP for staff to follow, like opening, closing, stock check, and hygiene. Then, monitor daily sales, profit margin, and inventory level using Excel or accounting apps. Okay, now let's talk about our conclusion. Retail and service SMEs in Malaysia, such as mini market, food stall, barber shop, tuition center, and repair service, are small in size but play a big role in the economy. These businesses are typically owner managed, rely on daily cash flow, and serve local community needs. They are classified based on sales turnover or number of employees, often falling under micro or small categories. Retail and service SMEs contribute significantly by creating jobs, stimulating consumer spending, and supporting urban and rural development. They make up the majority of business establishment and are vital for inclusive economic growth. However, many of these SMEs face challenges in getting bank credit due to lack of collateral, formal documentation, and financial literacy. This limits their ability to expand, upgrade, or survive in tough time. More awareness, simplified financial options, and support are needed to help their business grow.